background, so I'm going to bring her up. Kit O'Toole.
Hello, hello.
Oh, what's going on?
Oh, just taking a break from preparing for class on Thursday. So saw you on, and I thought, oh, this is perfect. Get to take a break and
Yeah,
say
you don't have
hi.
any other zanies up here,
And that's the other thing too.
so that helps. And you can talk about anything if you have anything you want to plug or anything. Of course, you can do that. So
Oh,
what's going on? What's the
oh,
class?
oh man, it's a crazy week this week. Well, Tuesday, I'm going to be on the Tuesday Night Record Club with our buddy Ken Womack, and we're going to be talking about Hard Day's Night, the soundtrack.
Hmm, well,
So,
hmm,
yeah, which you might have heard that.
I think I did.
Yeah. So preparing for that too, and that'll be fun. That'll be yeah, this Tuesday, 7:30. That's Monmouth's Tuesday Night Record Club, and I think I have the link up on my Facebook page, and I think the Talk More Talk Facebook page. If I haven't, I'll check after we're done here, and I'll put it up there. And it's absolutely free. And also, then, as I mentioned, the class I'm teaching, it's the last in my British Invasion series. And if you guys like punk, um, new wave, ska, British ska, synth pop, that kind of stuff, 70s and 80s, this is the class for you. And there are a few spots left. I checked tonight. And so there are a few left. So if you like that stuff, sign up. But it starts Thursday. So,
Thursday.
yep, starts Thursday. That's how I've been all day. Pretty much like that.
An excuse to use a clip.
Yep, but that's pretty much how I've been looking all day. Oh, trying to get
Yeah.
ready.
Well, this is a burning question. Why do you not like McCartney on Ringo's Rewind Forward?
Mm. I'm just not crazy about that song, but maybe like you did with February Sky. Maybe I need to give it some more lessons.
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah. I've been promoting our last show. Everybody's asking about the EP, and I say, listen to Talk More Talk for our
Mhm.
last show.
Yes, indeed, that was fun. That was a fun show.
Yeah, but I was the stick in the mud with that one, but
No,
still.
you weren't. No,
Mm.
you weren't. No, it was a good show, and Andy Nichols guested on that because Ken Michaels got an invite to see Let It Be on the big screen. So
Has he said anything about that yet, or is he saving it? I
I think
haven't heard
he's
anything.
saving it. He's being
Okay.
a little mysterious. So
Yeah.
I think he's
Okay.
he's waiting until the next show. So
Hmm.
and hello Richard, and I'm backed up here.
Yeah,
Picking into
I'm
the
backed up.
cat, Charles, Darren, um,
How do you
Ringo,
sign up?
Ringo Starr. I'm not sure if you're asking about the class or the record club. The record club, you just, as I said, I'll post sign up links. You have to. That's absolutely free to sign up for. That's on. Well, and actually, both of these things are on Zoom. The record club, you sign up. I wonder if I could actually. Maybe I can even post the links um, in uh, in the chat. Maybe I'll see if I can do that. If uh, if it won't yell at me for I'm not spamming, but I'll see if I
Hmm.
can do that. Um, but let's see. Do I have a favorite Macca solo album? Boy, that's hard. It's so hard. It kind of depends on what day you ask me. I'm sure it's the same with you, Joe. I mean, some days it's Band on the Run, but Tug of War, that
Mm,
that's great. Flaming Pie,
yeah.
that's a great one too. And Chaos and Creation has gone up over the
Yeah.
years in
Yep.
my estimation.
I don't know. I always say Ram. I think pretty much,
Mhm.
but I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Ram is growing on me over time.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that was. I didn't know that was one that was a grower for you. Kind of like it
It's a
wasn't.
it's a grower for me. Yes, I have met Pet. Let's try that again. Yes, I have met Pete Best years ago at a Beetle Fest, and I was a little tongue tied when I met him. I was, I mean, come on, it's Pete Best. I mean,
Mhm.
I was a little nervous when I got up there, and I was kind of like, "Oh, Mr. Best, can I have your autograph?" And he was like, "Okay, yes, you can have my autograph." He kind of imitated me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that's a kid impression.
He did. He did a little impression of me, but he was very nice. And I have to say, after that fest, and I'll have to find it. There's a picture that somebody took of us, and after that fest, it was printed in Beatle Fan that he was charging for autographs. And I remember telling Bill King, no, he wasn't. And
Mm.
and he's like, well, I heard he wasn't. He never charged me a dime.
Wow, that's a good story.
Yeah. I mean, he was fine. You know what, Christian, I didn't used to be a big Bob Dylan fan. I loved his compositions, but I was kind of but over the years I've gained a lot more appreciation for him.
Yep.
And I really have come around on. I'm not saying I'm the hugest fan of his voice, but there are times where I've really come to it, appreciate it a lot more than
Mm.
I used to.
Yeah, me too. But
Yeah,
I get it. I get them people. I get kind of that people don't. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
It's an acquired taste.
Yeah.
Eric Clapton, I like some of his stuff. I don't like all of it, but I used to be more into him than I am now. I haven't really kept up with his most recent stuff, but 70s, 80s, stuff, and maybe early maybe into the mid 90s. I have his albums, and oh sure, I mean I like his stuff.
This is crazy to me. I mean, it's not Eric Burden without the animals without Eric Burden in my book. I
Yeah,
don't know.
I agree. I mean, he had such a distinctive voice, so great. I think it'd be kind of pointless to see them without Eric
Yeah,
Burden.
it's like the Stones without Mick Jagger or something. Come on, are you kidding?
Exactly.
How about this one?
Oh, favorite tracks from Beatles live at the
Got
BBC.
you thinking now.
Oh man. I love um John singing lead on Honey Don't.
Mm.
I think that's a really interesting cut. I mean, it's just, I love, of course, Ringo singing lead on Honey Don't, but I love John singing lead
Mm.
on it too. Particularly when he gets that kind of rasp in his voice when he does that bop, do, bop, do, bop. Yeah, does that little scatting.
Yeah, yeah. I heard that being played the other. I don't know where I heard that. It was on some. Was it on Ken Michael's show? Maybe I heard it. I don't know. I heard
Could
it
be.
somewhere. I think it was on a
Mhm.
replay of Ken's show.
Yeah, it could
Uh,
be. Yep. Favorite
British band's movie.
movie, other than the
I'm
Beatles.
coughing now. It's unbelievable. I was
Christian.
fine before
Oh,
I started.
band. I thought it was Bond. Sorry.
Yeah, a
I get my
band like
glasses on.
how about the Monkey's Head? No, they're not British. Forget it. Forget I said that.
No, I was
Jeez,
gonna
I
say
don't really
favorite.
know.
Yeah, I was trying to think because boy, I haven't seen a lot of other British band movies.
I've seen a few that stink. I
Yeah,
mean, I
like
don't know.
Mrs. Brown, you've got a lovely daughter. Eh, that's not very good. I'll have to think on that one. I'm gonna get a lot of bricks thrown at me here. I'm not really a big Pink Floyd fan. I like The Wall. That's probably the best thing I like of theirs. Otherwise, I like a cut here and there, but I'm just not. I'm not really that big a fan. I'm really sorry.
Hmm.
I just always found them a little overrated. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Whoa, we're getting a lot of revelations here.
Yep.
Wow. Well, is this Andy? Andy? Who I don't understand.
Mhm.
Is this Andy Nichols? Usually he does
Yeah. Which
Bootlegs.
Andy is this?
I don't
Well,
know
hello, Andy.
if
Whether
it
it's
is.
Andy Nichols or not, I like your profile London Town pick there.
Yeah.
Love that. It is Two Legs Andy.
So there we go.
Okay. Hello. I should have known.
All right.
So, let me see. Okay. I've got an agreement on what I said about Pink Floyd. Good. I'm not going to have everybody throwing tomatoes at me. All right.
All about okay. I see
Okay.
that.
Okay. So
Oh, but I
people.
can't stand the honeymoon song. Oh,
Mm, It's
I can't wait till it ends.
it's kind of fun. I mean,
I never thought. Typical Paul. Come on, go. Let's get the honey don't or
it's
something.
not something I play over and over, but it's kind of fun. I do love the that they cut a little loose on the BBC. So I love the BBC stuff. I think one of the first bootlegs I ever bought was the Live at the Beeb
Oh yeah.
bootlegs. Those are so fun. But
If this is Andy, I somehow would expect this.
it is good to see you, Andy. It's nice to see you, Queen. Good to see you,
Uh,
my friend.
that's
I
brilliant.
was
It's
starting to
unbelievable.
watch your Moody Blues video, and I haven't seen the whole thing yet, but looks great. Oh, I agree. Somebody said "Soldier of Love."
Yeah.
Back Bacon Beer said that. Yeah, great version. Love that. It's it's just a great collection. I remember buying it the official version, the first volume when it came out. I remember that so well.
Yeah. I had a lot of those kinds.
Yeah. Yep, I
Uh,
remember I was going to DePaul University in Chicago at the time. I was working on my master's degree, and they had a music mart at the time. They had a record store on the first floor, and I went in there and bought it, and I was just so excited right before class, and I was just like, I can't wait for this class to end so I can go and listen to this.
This is my favorite. This is my
Yeah.
very favorite of all BBC songs.
Hmm.
It's a Lennon McCartney original. It's their only version of it. You
Hmm.
know, I
That's
mean,
good.
that's
Yep.
my favorite.
Hmm.
How about your favorite John Solo song? Can you pick one?
Oh, just one? Oh my God.
Is it possible?
I mean, I don't know if I'd say this is and High Penny Lane, by the way. One of I don't know if I could say this is my all-time favorite, but I love watching the wheels. I love that song. I love the piano. I love the lyrics. It makes me a little sad when I listen to it, of course, because it's among his last. But I love the lyrics and the piano on that. It's just beautiful. Oh, if I divide the Beatles' career into two segments, which would be your favorite? I feel like we're doing rack our brains.
Yeah, they're coming up with a lot of you're gonna come up with every artist. See what you think of every artist.
Damn. God, trying to think. Maybe 65 and 66
Hmm,
because that was such a turning point in their careers, and it's
mhm.
exciting to hear that. So like the Rubber Soul Revolver era is really exciting to listen to.
Yeah, it would have been nice having "I'll Be on My Way" on Beatles for Sale.
Yeah,
And
that would have been good, Andy. I agree. That would have fit
hopefully,
in nicely.
hopefully the guitar solo could be fixed. I don't know. I'm always picking on the guitar solo. Is lame in there as usual, and a lot of times live. Not live, but maybe whatever.
Yep,
It's not fine tuned.
yep.
Uh, yep. I could go. I could name a lot of songs.
Oh, the
Yeah.
covers. Yeah, Carol. That's one of my favorites.
Hmm.
Love that version of Carol. Mhm.
I don't know.
I actually I like listening to some of the Decca audition. It's not something I go to back to repeatedly, but um, it's fascinating to listen to. What I like about it is George Harrison really comes out on top on that Decca audition. I mean,
Funny about that. Yeah.
yeah,
Right. Yeah.
he really does because he really you know kind of kind of saves it in a way. I mean, some of his lead vocals are really good because Paul sounds really nervous at various points, and I mean, but George really sounds in some ways the strongest at times.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, Paul
Well,
Brummels.
Brummels. Come on. Is that kind of a drag? Did they do kind of a drag?
No, no, that was the Buckinghams, I think, the
Buckingham's.
Chicago band.
Excuse me.
No problem. Yeah, allergy season is upon us.
Yeah, I've heard
I
that
think I've heard that. Yeah.
demo.
Yep.
Kind of. I think it is a demo. Who played bass on John's last album, and what's the connection to King Crimson? I know some of the names, but I don't know who played what. Andy Newmark.
Yeah, trying to think.
Slick is the guitar player.
Yeah, I'd have to look. I'd have to look that up.
I should know that.
I know. I'm trying to think.
Oh, come on, Charles. Come on. Is there such a thing? I don't know.
Well,
Is there? Maybe there is.
I mean, Revolution 9 is the easy one.
Yeah.
Not a fan of Wild Honey Pie.
Yeah, these are all typical.
That's an easy one.
And I don't even hate any of them, honestly.
Yeah,
But,
I'm trying to think of one that I like. Because like Long isn't among one of my favorites. Do I say I really hate it? I don't know if I'd go that far that it's like, oh my God, I absolutely hate it.
Well, here's something I hate. I don't like that at all. And
I like the Star Club, but I would like it a lot better if Peter Jackson would get his hands on it and
well, he says he's just got to clean it. Got him now.
Yep, you've read my mind there. Yeah.
So,
let's hope so. I mean that would be great.
Well, everybody wants everything to have been released, but I don't know. I mean, that still needed some polish, I thought. But
yeah, that's what I've always thought about Leave My Kitten Alone. I always thought it could have used a little more. I remember when it finally was released on Anthology, I was a little disappointed. I mean, I always felt like Leave My Kitten Alone was so hyped up, like this was the big Lost Beatles track, and and it was like, oh my God. I mean, I think George Martin even hyped it up, like, oh, it should have been officially released. And then when I finally heard it, and I think I actually did hear it on bootleg before Anthology, I was just kind of like, it's okay.
Yeah, I remember hearing it on a really bad quality bootleg.
Yeah, I think that's probably how I heard it. It was really bad quality.
But I mean, I enjoy it, but it's I think they needed work. And I say that I think is it Andy again? Somebody said that they like That Means a Lot the way it is.
Yeah,
and I said no, I thought it needs a lot of work too.
So did I. Yeah, I wasn't crazy about that one.
I'm very excited about Andrew Watt doing production on Paul's new album. Would you prefer Paul's new album with Andrew Watt? Yeah, I heard he was going to do it, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so. So should it be heavy like Hackney Diamonds or go more?
Well, I'd rather it be like Hackney Diamonds.
Yeah. I know you loved Hackney Diamonds.
Oh, I did.
Know you
I did.
Oh my God. Or should it be more acoustic? But I'm torn. Because on the one hand, I mean, that's what I loved about Chaos and Creation, that it had that more intimate, feel. But on the other hand, maybe these days Paul's voice would be better on more rockers. So
true.
I don't know. That's a good question. First Beatles album I ever bought was Beatles 20 Greatest Hits.
I forgot about that.
Yep. That was the very first one on cassette, because of course this was the 80s and cassettes were really cool. And but I was a lot younger. I was in 8th grade. And yeah, that was the first album I ever bought, because that was the first one I heard. And but that was my gateway.
Okay.
The pre-1. The Koyman at Home. I do not have that. tapes made in 1960 at Paul's house with Sue Sutcliffe on bass guitar. No, I do not have that one.
Oh, it's a good one. I mean, it's terrible. Good
Oh,
for historical purpose.
yeah, but I bet the quality isn't the best,
Yeah,
but
well, some
yeah,
of that did make it on Anthology, I think, some of it.
yes.
But anyway, where did I get my bootlegs from back in the day? Different places. The earliest one was in Queens, at the Aqueduct Flea Market racetrack. They had that's where I got live the Japan one, Five Nights in a Judo Arena, and a Let It Be one called Come Back. With a KUM back,
Oh
and
yeah,
that's one of the first.
I've heard of it. I've seen pictures of it. Never seen it in person, but I know the one you're talking about.
And uh, and then that was like 76, 77, 78, like that. But anyway, by the time I got into the 80s, I was going to Greenwich Village. That's where I got like 98% of my bootlegs was in Greenwich Village, in the, stores over there,
Mm-hmm.
like Revolver Records and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happened here, folks. I mean, I just ate before I came on
Mm-hmm.
here and ate late.
The place where I would get bootleg, well, I mainly got bootlegs from, well, Beatle Fest back when they allowed
Oh
bootlegs.
yeah, I got some from there too.
Yeah, back in those good days. But the place around where I live, where I used to get them, is actually it was a place called Remember When Records, and it was basically bought by the store where I go to now, Blue Village Vinyl, which hopefully, if you can, if you can get here earlier when you come to the fest in August, that's where I take you. But
Yeah.
but yeah,
Oh,
the owners of the store bought the business. Remember when? I mean, changed the name of the store and everything, and
yeah.
they do not carry bootlegs now. So
Things
they get
change,
in
huh?
trouble. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Ringo.
Mhm.
Uh, well, maybe. The
Mhm. Yep.
bad boy, Dizzy Miss Lizzy,
Mhm.
and the rest. Um, yeah, it's.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's not that easy to come by, but
Not these days. But yeah, that was the greatest hits collection of my era. I mean, I know a lot of people started with the red and blue,
yeah.
but yeah, by the '80s, it was yeah that 20 greatest hits collection was big, and I remember that they had a couple of promo videos for it.
Hmm.
Love Me Do.
Hmm.
Maybe I Want to Hold Your Hand. I'm trying to remember. I know
I
Love
don't
Me Do for sure.
remember that one.
Yeah, I can't remember. There may have been one other one, but
It's interesting.
hmm, hmm.
Mm. Oh yeah, that's Johnny and the Moondogs has a good. Well, it has some BBC stuff on it, but it has a Sweden concert on it, which is really
Hmm.
good. I think it's Sweden. And it's
Hmm.
not the one you usually hear, but I keep, I'm ashamed to say I forget what's on Anthology.
Hmm.
Like, I think they might have put that on Anthology. I don't know. Somebody let me know.
Yeah.
That's how,
Okay.
I don't listen to it that often, obviously.
Hmm. Yeah.
That's right. Jill Thompson. J.D. Thompson. That's right.
Just can't stay away.
The McCartney Archive.
Oh, sure. Yes, I have. I'll be very disappointed if London Town and Back to the Egg don't get issued. Absolutely.
Oh,
Um,
man.
I, I, I absolutely want them to box sets to come out. Will we get them? Don't know. I thought we would, but
Yeah, we
not
talked a
sure.
little about the Decca tapes
Yeah.
already, right?
Yep. But yeah, let's hope we get Back to the Egg in London Town. They deserve a release.
Yeah, those are the ones I really want right
Yeah.
now, especially Back to the Egg. Boy, been waiting for that
No.
for too long.
Yeah. I've been thinking
Uh,
about Back to the Egg lately as I've been, preparing for this class I'm teaching, as talking about new wave and punk and everything, because that was, kind of Paul's take on punk and new wave of the time.
yeah.
And so yeah, I've been thinking about that album lately.
Um, I don't think it's. I think it's one of the harder to come by vinyl albums. But I mean, where I live, I mean, I see these things from time to time. So I'm spoiled.
So it's not that rare.
It is. It is. I guess it is. I have to say it
Hmm.
is. I don't see it a lot, but I've come
Hmm.
across some where I live, and this
Hmm.
is interesting. Having Julio with a different, uh, avatar picture of himself.
Hmm.
Now, why is it driving you nuts? And I might have to go soon because I can't stop coughing. I don't know what's going
Hmm.
on, folks.
Hmm.
Been bothering me all day.
Hmm.
But anyway, I'll try my best. So, anyway, why
Hmm.
is it driving you nuts there, huh? What what is this? Oh, the burger joint.
Paradise Pup. Where is it? Oh, okay. The signature burger is the charred cheddar burger. It's about 5 to 7 miles north on River Road from okay, so from the Hyatt. It's amazing. Oh, I don't know Paradise Pup. I don't know. Can it beat Portillo's or Super Dog? I don't know. I don't know, Matchstick Man. Well,
We'll
I'll
have
have
to
to check
find
that
out.
out.
That's coming up too fast again.
I
It's
know.
like 3 months now.
Yeah, can you believe it?
Oh boy.
Fast, but I'll have to check out Paradise Pup. Okay. Thoughts on Paul's Camp releasing his unreleased albums officially. Return to Pepperland,
I
Cold.
don't know what the Pepperland thing is. Everybody talks about it like it's common. I should know it.
Yeah, I think I have it. It's basically another, as I remember, because I haven't played it in forever, but um, as I remember, I think it's just another album of unreleased, like
Mhm.
outtakes and stuff like that, as I recall. And cold cuts, I have for sure.
Well,
Um,
I would love some. I say cold cuts. I keep saying I want like a major box of every kind of like. Well, we kind of get them anyway, but every B side and bonus track and odd track that kind of is like stranded somewhere. I
yeah.
want it all collected into a box.
Hmm.
But
Yeah. Oh, hey, I'd love to have it re-released. Oh yeah, Giordano's. That's good too. Absolutely. That's a good one. But
so
I'm a little Malnati's gal, so let's
the
see.
Venus and Mars is warped to hell. I paid big for it. Ripped the stuff wireless out of my cartridge tonight. That's
Mhm.
bizarre.
Oh wow.
Sorry about Julio. Sorry about that.
Hmm.
Sorry about that. I meant to say Julio. Not
Yep.
sorry about Julio. Do you like give my regards to Broad Street movie?
Yeah,
Not really.
not particularly. I mean, the music, sure.
Yeah, I like it
But
for the music bits, but other than that, it's rough for me.
it's
Very seems gloomy to me and stuff. I don't know.
yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So diners, drive-ins, and dives did the segment on. Oh, it's cash only. One of those places. Okay,
Well, wait a
good to
minute. That's a
know.
rarity these days. I support cash only. I mean, if
Yeah.
everybody else has no cash.
Hmm. Yep. There
But
was there
it's
was a great place in Wisconsin that near Lake Geneva where my folks and I go. Around Fourth of July every summer. Great place. Not a hot dog place, but great breakfast and lunch place, and had best. They called them French pancakes. I don't know what was so French about them, but they were delicious. But that was a cash only place. And yeah, people would get so pissed when they
oh,
go there
these days,
because
especially, people are so used to using
yeah,
their cards and stuff. Holy
exactly.
cow!
But it was so worth it. So the
Yeah.
food there was so good. But yeah, so interesting that yeah, not much of those
Yeah,
now.
I just don't. I understand. Yeah, I definitely have problems like that, Charles. I just don't know why this is hitting me. I was fine up until before I came on here.
Hmm.
Just last minute thing.
Hmm.
It's
Yep. Yeah.
allergies. I was gonna sneeze before I came on here. About 10 sneezes or something.
Oh my gosh.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Mhm.
just winging it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. I'm gonna try to get that. Okay, there's that link. I'll get the Tuesday Night Record Club link in the comments if it'll let me put it in there. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay, so let me see if it will let me do that so that somebody asked about that. Okay, let me do that. Tuesday Night Record Club. And for those who just joined, This is Tuesday night. I'm going to be co-hosting along with Ken Womack. Um, it's going to be about a Hard Day's Night, just the album, not the movie. And so I just put in the link if you want to register. It's absolutely free and it's on Zoom. So
Because
it's
I don't
Tuesday
see a
night,
link.
7:30. Okay, I just typed it in the chat, so I don't know unless you know, it's going to bar me from doing it. So I just typed it in. Hopefully it'll show up. Do you see it?
Yeah, I don't see one. Does anybody else see one?
Yeah, yeah. Does anybody else see it?
Yeah, I don't know what.
Hmm.
I guess people would be leaving links all the time if they could.
Yeah, maybe it won't let me do it.
Hmm.
Hmm. No, it's not showing up
So
here
much for
either.
that.
Okay, so maybe that won't work. Nope, you
No.
don't? Okay. I tried. Well, if you're friends with me on Facebook, it's on there, and I'll put it up if I haven't already on the Talk More Talk page as well.
Okay.
Okay, well, I tried.
Hmm.
Yes, I was afraid of that. Yeah. Rum Loves Jam said sometimes YouTube kills the non YouTube links in the chat. Yeah, I was afraid of that.
Yeah.
Okay, I tried.
Okay. Hey, A for effort.
Yep,
You say.
exactly. I was afraid that might happen. Mm.
Oh, I got this thing again saying I also got unstable connection again. It happens very rarely, but like maybe the
Mhm.
weather or something.
Yeah.
Connection is unstable.
We had a nasty storm come through here a couple hours ago.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
maybe I'm
Really
getting
nasty.
something.
Last one. We're saying, are we looking forward to it? You bet.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yes, and hope it's going to sound like country-ish. I hope it's
Mhm.
supposed to be country, right? That's what we've heard.
Yep, I think it's supposed to be, it's not, as I call it, bro country. It's supposed to be the real deal. So I'm very, very excited about it. Gary Burr. Yeah, you had to miss that show.
Yeah.
We asked Gary Burr about it because he's supposed to be on that
Okay.
record, and he said we asked him because he couldn't tell us very much about it, obviously.
Oh yeah.
And I forget if it was Ken or so. He said, "Could you tell us if it's going to be like traditional country?" And he said, "Yes, it will be."
Well, that's good. At least we
Yes.
know that. What do you mean Ringo's upcoming album already is released? I don't know if you're not talking about
Well,
the
the
new one.
EP is, but this is going to be a full length album, the country one. So, and I'm not sure when that's coming out.
I don't know about this movie.
Mm,
Prefab.
Prefab. No, what's this? I don't know about this one.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I'm not really sure about that one. Can you clarify that a little?
Yeah.
Could you put that into words which even Caesar could understand?
Use my clips.
You got those right on tap. I love it.
Yeah, it's tough sometimes.
Hmm.
There you go, Kit.
Oh, you know what? It's sad to say. Both of them are not as good as they used to be. I don't know if I'd say one or the other is that much better. Um, it's sad that both of them have really gone down in quality, and I'm not saying that just to be politically correct or anything. I mean, it really, I'd say it's a toss up. Because it's just they're so, the vendors have gone down. I mean, the number of them, over the years. Um,
Yes.
I mean, and it's in both cases. I think you'll find that, Joe.
Yeah. I'm
That
sure when I go to Chicago as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's here I go. I'm gonna be sounding like in my day, but you'll say the same thing, Joe, about New York.
Mhm.
I mean, I remember when it was just packed, the marketplace, and I mean, it was the same. I'm sure it was the same in New York, and I know it was the same in Chicago. I mean,
Yeah, although I gotta say,
people.
you still. I mean, there's not as many vendors, but you can find stuff. You will still find rare vinyl in there.
Yeah, you'll find some in Chicago. I mean, maybe it's slightly better in New York, slightly, but not by a lot. It's about the same.
Now,
Uh,
speaking of the fest, I saw another ad or what. I scrolled down just to look.
mhm.
My name was in one of them. I'm like, oh, they remember to put my name in
Oh,
one.
they put your name in?
Yeah, as a
Excellent.
podcasters and the guys,
Wonderful.
so
Okay,
which is
wonderful.
good.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yep.
So
So good.
let's see. What am I talking about? It came out last year. The movie. Come, I
Hmm,
never heard of this.
I've never
Into
heard
a
of it.
theater.
Guess we missed that. We'll
Well,
check it
I don't
out.
know how that happened.
Yep. All right, we'll check it out. It's a documentary. Oh, about Colin Hanton. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, we'll check it out. Thanks for letting us know. Yeah, that's the problem, Brooks. That the internet changed the game. And also rising travel costs. I mean, it's a lot of things, but the internet was a huge factor because obviously the days when it was packed and everything pre-internet.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah, we've heard of
T-Bone Burnett.
T-Bone
Yeah.
Burnett being on there.
Interesting. Okay. Have to check that out.
Well,
That's right.
I've heard a few others. I mean,
Yeah, there aren't a ton of us out there, but yes, I'm a leap year baby. Apparently my mother joked she was told by a number of her friends, at the time, because of course I was late, fashionably late, and she was told by her friends, "You're so crazy, you're probably going to have her on leap day,"
right?
and it happened.
There you go. It did.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike. In spite of all the danger.
Yep, that is correct.
I thought that was also from the. Well, am I losing it from the Quarrymen recording tape?
Mhm.
That'll be the day.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah. So I think I heard, speaking of Beatles movies, I think I heard that Backbeat is being released on Blu-ray, and
Oh, really?
yeah, and boy, I think that's one of the best.
Yeah, I agree.
So that was a great movie. I
That one I
mean,
did like.
yeah, and the soundtrack was terrific too. I mean,
Yeah, I've got it. I got
Yep, me too. Me too. Yeah, but I remember seeing that in the theater, and I thought, okay, this they got pretty
Yeah.
close.
Well, I like the actors who played like Stu and
Yep,
Astrid and John, also especially John,
yep,
because for me that's a big thing. It's hard, when you talk about these guys like the Beatles, themselves. It's hard to nail them and make you feel like you're watching the real Beatles, not just some guys that look vaguely like them, or in some cases not at all.
exactly.
But,
Yeah, I mean, they got the
uh,
attitude pretty well. I mean, that was a good movie. Um, yeah, spring. Let's see, spring. Yeah, there's a great documentary about Frida Kelly. She's going to be at the Chicago Fest
mhm,
this year. Terrific lady.
yeah.
I had a great conversation with her when I'm trying to remember if this was like 2017 or so. I was part of an author symposium that Jude Kessler organized for the Grammy Museum in Mississippi. There's another location there, and the thing was, it was in Jackson, Mississippi, and the closest airport is in Memphis, and it's still a good distance, and so the museum organized, a driver to get a bunch of us back and forth. And so I ended up being in sort of a van with Frida and me and some of the other guests. And, a bunch of us ended up chatting with her. And I was telling, and Frida is so unassuming that you almost forget who she is.
Mhm.
And so I was telling her about the time I, was in Liverpool in 2000, and I was saying about how the bus tour I took, that you got on this replica of the Magical Mystery Tour bus, and and I was talking about that, and she said, "Oh, I bet it was a lot better than the real one." And I suddenly thought, "Oh crap, that's right. You were there."
He was only.
So I was like, how was that?"
Yeah, right, exactly.
And she started telling, these great stories about,
Yeah,
you know, filming and everything. And I just thought, I'm a moron. I can't believe I forgot that she's
right.
Rita Kelly.
Yeah, you forgot it for a while.
Because
And
she's just like so normal,
oh, you can tell. You can tell when you meet her. I met her, yeah,
Yeah,
a couple of
exactly. I mean,
times. Yeah,
she's just, normal that you forget. Oh yeah.
yeah,
She was right around the Beatles all the time. And, yeah,
yeah.
she was right there, on the bus with the Beatles. And,
Wow, so lucky.
is amazing. And she just, the story and you just get the sense she's not telling everything she knows.
Oh yeah, well, she's in the documentaries. She didn't want to kiss and
No,
tell, or whatever you want to call it.
you can
Seemed like she
tell.
didn't want to tell
Mhm.
things. I wonder. Yeah,
I bet he must have gotten something. I mean, not the way Pete Best did.
I'm not singing tonight, Darren. No way.
I don't think he's in the mood for singing tonight.
No. Well, I like it, but it's nowhere near my favorite movie of all.
Yeah, but it's one of the few Beatles
Beatles
related movies that
wise,
got it right.
Beatles wise.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, he said he got royalties from the
Yeah,
anthology,
I figured he probably
and,
did.
and then of course Ian Hart. I know he's done other films
He's good.
depicting Lennon.
He's the one. Yeah, I agree. He's the one actor that I think has captured John Lennon pretty well, and that's hard. Yeah, exactly. Normal, nice guy. Mhm.
Can't remember this.
Let's see. Didn't the Magical Mystery Tour bus breakdown or didn't make it through the bridge? Yeah, I vaguely remember something about that. I can't remember that whole story, but I think you're right. There was some incident about that. I can't remember that whole story, but I think that does kind of ring a bell.
Patrick, it's got to be really late where you are.
Hi, Patrick. Yeah, good to see you.
Oh, I don't know what to say about that. People
Well,
suggested. I have nothing to say. What can I
well,
say?
hell, hey,
No stories
maybe.
there.
Who knows? Maybe we should do something like that.
Hmm.
Maybe, you know, kind
I
of
just gotta think of something.
a modern fan, kind of a internet fan. Let's see. Oh, okay. So prefab hasn't made it to DVD. Wonder if it's on streaming. Let's see if I.
Oh, don't know. What was your situation with Let It Be? Did we talk about that? Somebody has you gotta get has. Were you able? Are you going to watch it on
Oh,
Disney
Disney
Plus?
Plus. Yeah, in fact, I've got to renew my
That's what it was.
subscription.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've got to do
I
that.
never got rid of mine, so it must have cost me I don't know how many hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, well, good. Well, good you still have it because we've got the Beach Boys. There's the Beach Boys movie on there, and then there's a Jim Henson documentary
Oh
that I
well,
want to see, and then Let It Be. So I'm
yeah.
like, well, looks like I'm renewing. I have
Yeah.
to sign up for Disney Plus again. And
Did not like Nowhere Boy at all, to
you
tell
know
you the
what? I
truth.
haven't seen it. I
Yeah,
I just it wasn't really like I wasn't all that excited to see it.
I feel
Um,
like that actor. It's always the same thing. Every time somebody brings this movie up, I say the same things. But not everybody's heard them. But I just thought the guy didn't catch John at all. I got no feeling of John as an angst-filled youth from that movie. And Paul was terrible. He had a actor playing Paul who was not right.
mhm.
But I did like the fact that they focused on John's mother Julia in it. Uh,
Yeah, I mean, I like the idea behind it, but yeah. Um, let's see. I didn't. As I said, I went to Liverpool in 2000, and I didn't know anybody there. And I definitely plan on going back in the future, because now I do know people there who could take me there. But I went on, as I said, this guided tour, and we just drove past it. And it was like, oh, and there, there was the cemetery, and there's, I mean, we just drove past it. And and I was frantically trying to point my camera everywhere and all, but really didn't get a chance to see it very much. And definitely going back there so I can take a more leisurely tour and really see all these places, and so definitely we'll do that.
All right.
Mhm.
Short. Just one time.
Mhm.
Okay. We got any more questions before I wrap it up? I think just like an hour or so.
Mhm. Oh my God, it's been an hour already? Jeez. Boy, that was fast.
Yeah, I recommend going to the Casbah Coffee Club.
I did go to the Casbah. Or no, I didn't. I made that up. Nope, I went to the Cavern.
The Cavern.
Get into the Cavern, which
Yeah.
of course is recreated. But yes, I would love to go to the Casbah for sure. Yeah, I would like to go to Liverpool and stay, for a couple of days, because I was only there one day. Did go to the Beatles Museum, not Rogue's Museum. That didn't exist when I was there. But I did go to the Beatles story, and of course, Cavern. And maybe we should do a Talk More Talk field trip.
Yeah, that's what I think people were thinking.
Yeah, let's do that.
Well, I'm going to sign off now. So I want to
Mhm.
thank everybody, and also Kit, thanks for saving this stream too by coming up
Hey, it was
and
fun.
talking some Beatles stuff. Don't forget to subscribe to Talk More Talk,
Yes, indeed.
where we here on YouTube, where we talk about the solo Beatles, but sometimes the Beatles as well. And what else do you want to promote, Kit, while you're here? Just to reiterate things.
Well, as I said, hope you'll join Ken Womack and me for Tuesday Night Record Club. We're going to be talking about A Hard Day's Night. And then Thursday, May 9th, starts my British Invasion class. We're going to be talking about the 70s and 80s. We're going to be talking about punk, ska, new wave, and synth pop. So I'll have all that information on, as I said, my page and the Talk More Talk Facebook page. So you can find out where to register. So only have a few spots left. So if you want to enroll, you better get a move on. So hope to see you there as well.
And the toppermost of the pop.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for reminding me. My goodness. My other podcast, Toppermost of the Poppermost, we just had a new episode go up today. So if you want to find out more about that, we talk about the Beatles on the charts. We're tracing their history, but not just them, but other artists that were on the charts at the same time, ones that had direct connection to them and others that influenced them. So if you want to check that out, go to our website, toppermostofthepoppermost.net.
Okay, thanks everybody. Thank you, Kit. We'll see you soon around these parts.